Hey everybody, welcome to our third Thursday Thrift Flips video. I'm Elizabeth. Stay tuned to the end. You don't want to miss my thrift store tour. For flip number one, I found this little mini corner shelf at Goodwill. I only paid $4 for it. I thought it was really cute, and it's all wood and it has some really cute little legs on it here. I'm not real sure, exactly if it was made for, something specific to put on it, but it only has really small shelves. Probably look really cute maybe in a bathroom, or I don't even know if you put maybe inside a closet. And the first thing I thought I was going to do was stain this, and that's what I did, but I really didn't like the way that it looked. Here it is after I stained it, but it's in kind of pretty rough shape. You can still see a lot of the scratches and things, so I decided to paint it. I just used a flat white paint, and that really changed the way that it looked. It looks so much better painted white than, than it does with that stain on it. And I'm taking some of the Waverly Elephant Gray chalk paint and just really quickly going over all the trim or the edges. And I'm not doing this real solid so you can still see some of the white through here. Just going over all the front edges of the shelves and then around both of the sides and then in the front of the legs. And I have these really cool stencils. I think they're actually Martha Stewart stencils that I got from the thrift store before. I only paid $1 something for them. But they have these really cool shapes in there too. They have all the letters or the initials, and then they have these little shapes. So I'm going to put this one on the bottom shelf and the middle shelf, and then there's a little bit of a different shape that I'm going to put on the top shelf. And I'm just using that elephant gray chalk paint for all of these. Here's my little shelf. I think the stencil turned out great on here. Makes this look much more modern. So the rest of my flips here are Christmas flips. I have a little bit of a star theme going on too, but I found this little star basket. I don't like the little brassy color that it has to it. So all I'm going to do is stain this, and I think this shade is called Ebony. It's almost a black stain just to darken it down some. And I paid $1.50 for this little basket, and there you can see that it darkened some of that brassiness down. And I'm just using this kind of longer pine cone I found out in my yard. That's what I'm going to use to hold my floral pieces in place. I had a lot of these little dark holly berries left over. I think I was going to make a wreath last year with these, and I never did, so I wanted to use these. And I just hot glued the little pine cones onto some of the floral stems that I wasn't using. So that's what those are on, and I just stuck those in there. The greenery is just some garland from the Dollar Tree. Here's my little star basket. I like it much better, that darker shade, and it only cost me $1.50. I had all these other little floral items left from different projects that I haven't used. So my video today is part of the third Thursday Thrift Flip. Tammy from the Rusted Willow and myself host an open invite for other YouTubers to participate in our third Thursday Thrift Flips. After you finish my video, check out Tammy's video, The Rusted Willow. She has great budget-friendly DIYs along with lots of thrift flips, and she has her own booth. And then check out the playlist. All the Tammy's information and the playlist is listed down in my description box. For my third flip, I found this little wooden box. I paid $1 for it at the thrift store. I like the color blue, but I want to make it a little bit more Christmassy, so I just took those little bows off and I actually took the handle off just to paint it. And I'm going to use a brick red paint. And after I painted the red, I'm just taking some of the Waverly Antique Wax and just going around the star a little bit and around the outside edges of my box here just to kind of tone it down just a little bit and give it back that little bit of that rustic look that it had before we painted it red. I found this at the thrift store. I only paid 50 cents for it. It's a little paper house and a little tree, so I'm going to use that to decorate on top of my box. I cut out a piece of like that foam from the Dollar Tree or like the thick cardboard, and then I spray painted that, and then I'm taking some lights from the Dollar Tree, some battery powered lights, and then I'm putting those down in my box. And I have a little trick here. I'm leaving one of the little lights sticking out because that's going to light up my little house here. I was afraid to put a little candle in it, being that the little house here is paper. And here's my little box, so be prepared here because I'm going to dim the lights here so you can see the little house light up. So flip number 4 got me thinking a little bit. I saw this in the thrift store. I paid $1.50 for it, but what is it? I think it's supposed to be a lion. We have a grocery store chain here called Food Lion, and that looks like the lion on there, but why you would have that, I don't know. So first I tried to stain this that ebony to make it really dark, but you can still kind of see the lion. So after that, I went over top of it. I used that elephant gray chalk paint from Waverly again. It looks much better. So that gave me really good coverage. And I found this awesome pack of stencils at the thrift store this time. It was a whole pack of Christmas stencils, only 50 cents. Whoever priced that, I don't think they looked in there to see what all was in there, but it had this really cool angel stencil. And I'm using a couple different colors here. I'm using some of the lighter gray chalk paint. I think it's called, I want to say silver linen. I don't have it right here with me to tell you for sure, but and then I also used some white chalk paint around on her sleeves there in the bottom just to give it a little bit of a different shading. And then for her face, I'm going to use the plaster shade of Waverly chalk paint. I'm going to use the antique wax for her hair. And then I'm using a little bit of a gold for her halo. And there was also these other little smaller angels. I'm putting one on each side, and I'm using that silver linen shade. And then I'm going to go back and touch up the angel in the center, just make my lines a little cleaner and a little fresher. And I'm going to go around that halo again just to make it look a little bit more golden. And I'm going to use those Martha Stewart stencils that I have again. We couldn't really decide what we're going to put on here, but I decided to put Oh Holy Night. My daughter wanted me to put that on here. And you'll see in a minute I make a little boo-boo here. A little accident. But one great thing about painting is if you mess up, you can paint over it and try again. And there you can see. Somebody didn't line that up correctly, but we're going to fix that and redo that. All right, let me know what you think about this one. I really like the gray and the white. I want to say thanks to everybody that's a subscriber and supporting my channel. I really appreciate you tuning in and supporting my channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this one. So for my final flip, I found this other little like star basket. It's real kind of just neutral plain color. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this with some gold paint. And I'm taking one of the white Christmas trees from the Dollar Tree. I'm just putting some glue from a glue gun there right in the center of that star. And just getting my tree positioned right in the center. And I'm just gluing it down with that hot glue. I think the gold and the white go really good together. So those are kind of the colors that I'm wanting to use. And I just took some of the white Waverly chalk paint and painted some of these snowflakes from the Dollar Tree. I also took this ribbon. It's got these little like gold sequence kind of things on it. So I just cut some of those out. I'm using the glue gun and just gluing those onto my snowflakes around, just kind of sporadic, wherever you like them. And then I'm taking just some little thin gold thread and tying those ornaments onto my tree. And they also had this little star. So it was full of stars that day. So I found this little star that was 25 cents at the thrift store. I'm just taking some of this vinyl paper from the Dollar Tree. I traced around it. And I'm going to use that for my star. And I hot glued my star there on the top. I have this gold ribbon. I think I originally got it from Hobby Lobby. I've had it for a while. And I cut it in half and wrapped it around the center. I left it whole though down there on the bottom. So that's the wide length of the ribbon down there on the bottom. And I'm going to use these snowflakes to decorate with. And for some reason, I don't know why I'm showing you that again, but I'm showing you that again. For some reason. But I'm also using some of this snowflake garland I'm going to wrap around my tree. So I'm putting all this stuff on my tree, wrapping this garland and this ribbon around here, and I forgot to put something on here. Do you know what I forgot? Let's see if you can figure it out. It's the lights. I forgot the lights. So my tree has no lights on it, but it looks really cute. I like the gold and the white colors together. So here's all my thrift flips from today. Stay tuned to the end if you want to see a little bit of a tour at the thrift store that I go to. Some little cool things. I thought I might show a couple little creepy things there too. But I want to say thanks to Tammy for co-hosting with me, and thanks to everybody that's watching and that's a subscriber. Check out Tammy's channel, The Rusted Willow, and also check out the playlist down below. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And don't forget to come back next month on the third Thursday. We're hoping to have maybe a special co-host. So if you're interested in maybe being a co-host with us, let one of us know. So I saw this little high chair. I thought it was really cute. I just thought I'd share a couple of things I saw at the thrift store. It's got to be for a little baby doll, but it was kind of overpriced. I thought it was $12. I thought that was a little bit high because it's pretty worn out. I saw these really cool wreaths. I haven't seen anything like this in a while, like this little basket kind of weaving that it has here. I love to make wreaths, although I haven't made any in a while. But I thought these were really cool. And OMG, let's bake. Can you believe this? This is awesome. I love this. I can't believe this is in such good shape. Somebody had to have this hiding out in their basement or something. I thought this was really cool. And this has got to be old with that ugly old brown on here and the cardboard. Really something cool that I haven't seen in a while. And I wasn't real sure what this was. I don't know if this is talking about like baby doll hats or certain dolls, but I thought their little faces were kind of cute. So if you saw my Halloween one, you know that I don't like creepy dolls. So these are, if not the most creepiest or ugliest dolls I think I've ever seen. And they were with the Christmas section. Like, why are these with the Christmas section? I don't know if these are supposed to be Mr. and Mrs. Claus, but they have like the ugliest faces. And if they're not Mr. and Mrs. Claus, who are they supposed to be? That's what I'd like to know. I don't like these at all. And they have this old radio. It looks really cool. And you can't see real good there because of the glare, but it says like Japan and Australia on there. It's a really neat piece. I don't really know what was down in the bottom, but all that's been removed. But it's a nice big piece here too. And if you know what this is, please let me know, because I was looking at this and I've been looking at the video and I still don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like a drying shelf or some kind of like creepy cage, or if it's for jewelry. I have no idea. I thought it was kind of neat, but I don't really know what those little bars are in there, and if it's to dry spices out, I don't know. So if you know, let me know. Hope you enjoyed. Hope everybody has a great day.